Hi, it's Simple Cooking Time. One of the things I asked myself when I started doing this channel is how can I help people? So I listen to things people are saying to me at work and on the street, etc. Today someone said, yeah, I'd love to follow your weight loss plan and try and lose a bit of weight. I said, first of all, it's not my plan. It's my plan, but you have to find your own plan. But we'll talk about that again. So the one thing they said is, it's hard for them because they've got to cook for their family and they may not fancy diet food. Right. So I said, well, why not try this? And I cooked a vegan katsu last night, put it on Facebook, and it was really popular. So what I thought tonight was I still had some tofu left, I'd cook it for the camera. And the beauty of this is it can be scaled according to a family, or you can cook it for yourself. I live on my own during the week, go home to the family at weekends, so I cooked it for myself. And it's one of my favourites, so here it goes, sharing it with you. Right, here's the ingredients for this bad boy. All the quantities are in the comments section with the list of ingredients, so I'm not going to go over it. There's some tofu cut into slices and some seasoned corn flour. I use pepper, coriander, bit of garlic and salt and pepper. Some red peppers sliced, about half a red pepper, some mushrooms. Some basmati rice, some spring onions to garnish after, and for me the star of the show is this Yutaka katsu curry sauce. Now, as I said, you can make your own, but this stuff is just so simple and it's got that genuine, authentic katsu flavour. So that's your lot. So you soak your tofu, well not soak, you dip your tofu in the corn flour seasoning, get plenty on there. This is what crisps it up in the pan. I'm not going to show you doing them all because if you can't follow it after one, you've got no business cooking, let's be honest. And next you get the frying pan good and hot and you put the tofu on. You only put it on for a couple of, barely a minute aside really, just to crisp. You're only really cooking and crisping the corn flour. And then I take it out, stand it, and throw it in the air fryer when I'm ready to just heat it back through again. It literally only takes a couple of minutes, and you can even eat this stuff cold. Obviously it wouldn't be much of a katsu if it was cold. And at the same time I've put the rice on. Now I always cook that using the absorption method, which is where you put double the amount of liquid to the amount of rice and cook it slowly from cold, and it always comes out perfect. And then at the back I've flaked some of this lovely Yutaka sauce. So I keep mentioning their name, it's not because I'm sponsored by them, it's just I really rate it as a quick and easy katsu sauce. It comes in a block, you cut off the required amount. For one person 12.5 grams is plenty. Flake it into a pan, put some hot water over the top and bring it to the boil very slowly and let it thicken. Doesn't get any easier, does it? Now once it's browned on both sides like that, you take it off the heat. For those of you that haven't got an air fryer, stick it on a pan in the oven. I obviously stick mine in the air fryer and I reheat it for 2 to 3 minutes before everything else is finished. Dead easy. Now just before everything's ready, I put my sliced peppers into a really hot pan because I like to char the outside before they fry. And then a couple of minutes later I put a tiny bit of oil in and fry my mushrooms. Some people always ask me why I serve my rice in a mould. Some of it is because I think it looks nice, a little bit poncy. And the other thing is, the mould I've got is just a simple Tupperware pot that is exactly the same as the volume of 60 grams of raw rice cooked, which makes it perfect when I'm cooking for the family. I just extract mine into my pre-measured portion and wallop it on the plate. Ta-da! That didn't come out too well, to be honest, but hey ho. Well, I'm going to be honest, that didn't come out as well as I'd hoped. I think I got the sauce a little bit too runny. So I'll put up a picture of how it looked last night because I think that looked much better, but it gives you a rough idea. And the beauty is you can scale portions up or down for other family members. You can give them more rice, more katsu, you can even throw some chips on the side. But it was dead easy, on the plate, 20 minutes, 513 calories. Would have been nicer if the sauce was less runny, but this is what I'm all about, showing you like it is. I've made this sauce probably 30 times now. It's the first time it's come out runny. Typically it has to be when I'm in front of the camera. So there you go. It's a shame the curry sauce didn't come out right, because the crazy thing is I've cooked that curry sauce must be 30 or 40 times. But I'll put a picture up of the one I did last night, because due to the magic of YouTube, I can cheat like that. Rather than going on about the ingredients, I've just listed them in the comments with the quantities. This meal kicked in at 513 calories. Now if you're cooking it for your family, you can give them more rice, you can give them some chips with it. Even doing it for yourself, 513 isn't a huge meal, so I usually pair it with one of my favourite starters, which is, if you're a vegan, you could have vegan meatballs. I like to have it with spring rolls, on a bed of salad with a bowl of miso. Kicks in at anywhere between 90 and 115 calories, depending on what you've had as your 2 or 3 items. That brings the whole total up to just over 600, which is adequate for you as you're on a diet. However, for your family, you could give them something else as a starter, or you could just get them used to eating the same as you, or cook it themselves. There's an idea. Another thing you could do is you could make a chicken katsu complete with all the panko coating for the family, and you could have the tofu yourself. It's not going to add any time to your cooking time. It's going to keep you on plan, and let's face it, it's not bad food for them to eat. If you really want to get petty about this, you can make your own katsu curry. I find it's not worth the faff, and there's a nice, on the ones I get from the Asian supermarket, currently I'm obsessed with the Yutaka one. It's got that nice Japanese umami feel to it. It's just like, I can't tell the difference between that and the one they serve at Wagamama's, except the one they serve in Wagamama's is nearly 20 quid. Talking of money, this whole meal kicked in, I would say, round about 2 quid. If that. I buy my tofu from Aldi, it's 99p for 200 grams. Giving yourself a good portion, that's about 70p. Rice is pennies, the rest is pennies. I'd say under 2 quid a portion, so you can't moan at that. I've got very few recipes up on the channel, so I'm going to hope to add more, ideally 1 or 2 a week, along with my diary and my other weight loss tips. It would mean a great deal to me if you had a look, even better if you liked it. If you subscribed, that would be amazing. But the most important thing is, talk to me, make a comment. You know, all my contact details are in there. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what you want me to have a go at next. Tell me why you can't use food to help you lose weight. You know, because food is the key. It's all about reducing your calorie intake. We can dress it up and call it a calorie deficit, but it is just about eating food you enjoy through healthy choices. I really enjoyed tonight's dinner. It's getting on for 8 o'clock at night. My calories for the day have kicked in at about 1500. I've enjoyed every single meal I've had, and I feel satiated. That's all you want from food, is to keep you going. And if you can keep yourself going and lose weight, that's even better.